blog article about that. So, hello and welcome. I have today a special guest who wrote for me a special blog article, which I basically like it because it's resonating with me also, and it's about limiting beliefs. So, hello and welcome, and tell me who you are, what you do, and what is the value that you provide for others.
Yeah, well, hi everyone. I'm very happy to be here sharing a bit of my personal experience and my knowledge about limiting beliefs. And my name is Mariana, and I'm a nutrition and lifestyle coach. And my expertise are to help ambitious and busy women to create their best healthy and happy lifestyle so they are really ready, confident, and have that energy to really kick ass every day.
That is awesome. So, how did you find, what does limiting beliefs mean to you, and how did you find out about that, and that you had limiting beliefs, and which were those?
Yeah. So yeah, limiting beliefs, what they mean to me. Well, we create limiting beliefs pretty much every day, and we have some limiting beliefs that come with our education, our culture, our childhood. Pretty much, a lot of our limiting beliefs come from our childhood, and they are beliefs that we create in our mind that actually block us to move forward in certain areas of our lives, to progress, to make change. And these beliefs that we create, they actually are the ones that sometimes make it a bit more difficult to move on or to decide to make a change. And yeah, well, I discovered about limiting beliefs when I did my NLP practitioner, and there was when actually I realized that I had quite some limiting beliefs. There were injuring myself, and they were actually blocking me to have a simple and happier life. I got to understand what limiting beliefs were. I got to understand how I could help myself and others to get rid of them if the person wants to. And so the limiting belief that that I found myself having in that specific time when I was having my NLP practitioner classes was that I was saying to myself that I was an anxious person, and I woke up anxious every day. And I was saying that a lot of times, which was actually creating the reality to me. And that was when in an exercise, a group exercise, it hit me, and I just stopped saying it, and I stopped saying different things to myself, and it improved a lot my well-being and how I reacted to certain things.
What do you think in business are or were your limiting beliefs?
Yeah, in business, well, the anxiety belief was a really a block, because I was doubting myself quite often before I took the risk, and a lot limiting belief that I also had, and I really see often in business, is around money, and especially when we, for instance, being coaches, we have that we become coaches for a reason. We want to help other people to progress, to find their passion, to have a better life. And by having that belief of, sometimes we create that belief that, okay, I'm helping, therefore I'm not comfortable charging too much, or I should not charge at all, or I should make a very low price. And that limiting belief, I added myself, and I see it so often. And if you think about it, it's actually not true at all, because actually charging a fair amount of money for your work, it will allow you to create more work, to reach more people, to help more people. And that limiting belief that sometimes we have around money, it's really a no-brainer, because it actually makes us yeah, our work is not it starts to be not so valuable in our heads, and it's impossible to help everyone. And just having in mind that, okay, if I have a fair charge that might be high for my services, I can be there, the person can be there, compromised, and I can generate money, so I can generate more resources and I can help more people.
Mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This
Is
is
it
a really
connected? It is connected, these limiting beliefs, with self-confidence? What do you say?
awesome. Yeah, a lot. It's
Mm,
sometimes we say to ourselves pretty nasty things. And those limiting beliefs, though, yeah, just saying that I'm not, this was another one that I realized that I was saying not so long ago. I was telling myself that I was not confident enough. And
mm,
of course, if I was telling myself so often that I was not confident enough, eventually, yeah, I was not feeling that. So it's something that I didn't realize that on my own. I had help of my own coach, and it was something that I decided, okay, I'm going to stop saying this, and I'm just going to say some other nice things to myself and really act like I'm a damn confident person.
mm, mm. Do you think that people need help from someone else, or you can remove the limiting beliefs on your own?
I do think that you can definitely do it by yourself. It's the most challenging part is really being aware of them. And sometimes, yeah, having the help of someone that's really with you to help you move on, to help you uh, get rid of those mental blocks, it's very good, and it helps you with this journey of getting rid of self-limiting beliefs.
Mm,
But
mm,
of course, if you train yourself also, and nowadays I can sometimes recognize that, okay, I'm having this belief is actually holding me back. So I definitely want to get rid of it, but I still ask for help. So it's something that to be aware of them, it's very challenging, especially when you're not yeah, you never heard about limiting beliefs, or no one ever told you about them. It's quite challenging because it's a lot of self-talk, and you're just in there. It's just part of your life. You don't really stop to think, oh, I'm having this limiting belief. No, it's very helpful to have someone that it's really there with you, and get, yeah, just tells you, calls on you and say, okay, you are saying this too often, you are thinking this too often, don't you think that that is actually just a belief that is not helping you at all in this situation? So definitely you can do it on your own, but help to being aware of them is very, very, very helpful, and it makes a huge change.
mm. Is there a strategy how to overcome your limiting beliefs alone, or is just about consistency, how consistent you are every day about pushing yourself to get over it?
Um, yeah, there is. And even before you being consistent, because before you be consistent with the limiting beliefs, you need to be aware of them. Like I said, that's the most challenging part. And what can you do to be aware of them? Sometimes it's just to stop and really understand what you're telling yourself. What is your self-talk doing? We often don't pay attention to ourselves. We don't stop for a second to even identify what are our needs. So really stop for a moment, doing some reflection time and realizing, okay, this is not happening for me. I'm having trouble doing this step or making this happening. Is there something that I believe or I'm telling myself that is actually holding me back? So this is the first, I would say that is the first step. And then, of course, you have strategies when you are aware of it, that it can be just stop saying those things. If you are you are often saying that you are this or that, stop saying it and fake it until you make it a bit. Just try to for instance, for self esteem or confidence, is to really do things that for yourself, to take care of yourself, and just act and give love to yourself. And in with time, you will become more self-confidence and have more self-esteem. Another strategy is to just write down the belief that you have, and you can, if you say something like I can't, for instance, the clients that I have, they often say, this is a very common thing that I hear, is that I don't have the right metabolism or to lose weight. So if you start to ask why, and then even write it down, because sometimes it's a bit more powerful to write things down. Write it down why, and go to the next question. And do this at least 5 times to every reply, every answer that comes to your head. And what this exercise does is really can be a bit challenging to make it on your own, but it's really about you being aware that it's actually just a belief, and there's not like it's
not a reality.
Exactly. It's not something it's like that, and it's only like that and no other option. So this is a very powerful exercise that you can do it on your own.
So how can you constantly challenge your beliefs in the modern society? Because now there are a lot of beliefs, and I think, in my opinion, that 90% of the people are thinking black or white. So if we believe in a particular, let's say, politician, or I don't know, business style, or religion, then we are going just like that. So I do not want to hear about something else. And this, I think, is causing also limiting beliefs, because you are seeing just what you want to see, you believe just in what you want to believe, and you ignore the modern society's really this globalization, where you have the opportunity to mix up and accept new religions, new thinking, new politicians, new lifestyles. I mean, how can you challenge this limiting beliefs in our modern society that could help us go in globalization more easily?
Yeah, so challenging. Well, first you need to want it. So it's what I also say to all my clients and prospects is that you really need to want it for yourself, because you are not demanded to do so, but it's amazing to be open to the different people, different cultures, different styles.
This can be also trained to get open.
Yeah, it's, in my opinion, and it's actually having experiences, is allowing the new to come, experience, and if works, awesome. If it doesn't work, you have the experience, you learned something. So it's really working on your mindset, because there's no magic trick there. It's really to work on your mindset, and you can do this by reading, by working on your self development, by listening, to also meditate, to be fully present, to allow your mind to expand. And really, then you come to a point that you decide, okay, am I good here? Or do I want to change something to make my life a bit better? As I say, and I always say, you always have the choice to make something different. You don't need to, but you have the choice. And if that will bring a better life, a better experience, please do. But I would say that is, of course, it's an option also, because we are surrounded with a lot of information all the time, and it can be tricky. And but this is also, like you said, is train yourself to realize that you actually you start to being caught up and really really actually kind of obsessed with something. And this actually happens to me, especially on social media and Instagram, or I realize what I realize sometimes is that I'm researching for something, and then I get caught up with these new people, new ideas, and then eventually I'm so like, okay, I need to try them all because this is what works. But then I stop a bit, because I'm recognizing this behavior, and then I stop. It's really break the pattern and realize, no, this is not black and white, as you said. I have the opportunity to be myself, to do different things, to experience different things, and to open my mind to different experiences. So most more is being aware and allow yourself to get out of the comfort zone, to explore, to have experiences, experiments. If works good for you, awesome, keep doing it. If it's not something, if it's something that you don't really want to keep, ditch it and try something new.
Yeah, I can give you also one example which has a very impacted my thinking and pushed to think otherwise. Like, I'm seeing that in social media, let's say more often, but however, just generally, when someone asks a question or says something, like, for instance, I would like to see in pictures not just skinny models, for instance. And if someone says, I disagree, I like skinny type of models, and this dress actually looks better on a skinny type, then you get a little bit, you are projecting that answer onto you and say, well, you get aggressive. How can you think like that? How do you not agree with me? And people tend to ask questions, and they aren't prepared for the answers that they do not want to hear. And when they do not want to hear something and they see it, then they tend to be aggressive. And I think this is a big limiting belief, because, for instance, a girl asked me about my business and my mindset and how I think about entrepreneurs who are using just a private profile Facebook instead of having a business page. And I said that I do not agree. I think that a business page is more professional, and I do not look up for someone, or I could not be a client for someone who has just a business who has just a personal profile page instead of a business page. And but that was just my opinion. So it's everybody has his own strategy in business, how it works and how he looks at things. But the person said automatically, well, I wouldn't do such a thing. I wouldn't judge people. And I think, why are you asking a question if you aren't prepared for an answer which you do not like? Because everybody tends to impersonate themselves or project the answer which is given to them of them. And then if something it doesn't rhyme or it doesn't fit with their response, then they tend to be very aggressive, and this is a limiting belief, I think, and we should be more aware of that we cannot post something on social media, and if someone does have any other opinion like yours or disagree with you, then you tend to be pushy or aggressive, or you start a mean conversation about that subject. You know what I say? So, do you think it could be trained, something like that, or just ignore those people because you do not see that they could change their beliefs on this kind of behavior, like fixating on stuff to hear only what they are liking? Because I think you can challenge your mind to be more creative if you accept also the answers which you do not like, and if you are putting yourself into the other person and try to get it why that person said that, and from their perspective why they have answered that. And I think this could be so much a training for them in order to be more open and be more respectful with the answers they are getting, even though they do not liking it.
Yeah. I definitely, this, of course, a response like that is really not allowing to other opinions to come. And when you ask a question, of course, you will get answers that you like and you don't like. That's what you get. If you ask something to the world, you will not have the same answer every time, of course. And it can be trained, but one important thing is that we cannot change everyone. And it's really about the person wanting to change. The only thing that we can do is to decide what we will do with that information. And it's also something that I learned, and when I started doing that, I actually things became easier, because you decide, okay, what energy am I going to waste here? What do I want to use my energy to convince or change this person that maybe doesn't want to be changed? And it's okay, because it's not our role to say you need to change. And or do I want to just let go and move on? So this is really something important that I became aware, is that we are not even we don't have the right, let's say, to change everyone, because that person has her or his beliefs, and we have our own, because we have it and we create it every day. Sometimes it's really frustrating, but it's really a matter of respecting and expose our attitudes, which it can be actually mirrored, because if we go with an aggressive response, we will get an aggressive also response. If we sometimes, no, of course, sometimes happen that you're just giving an opinion and someone attacks you, but because they probably have some kind of inner fight themselves. So this is something that you can definitely train. It's something that I don't recommend saying to someone that you need to change this. It's really the responsibility of each one of us to recognize that, yeah, I really want to change this because it's not working the way I want to. So it's a very personal choice, in my opinion. And often,
Also very private choice, so it's
yeah,
very private and rigid, so it's not like you can talk always about this stuff because it's
yeah.
like very private.
And yeah, and as I said before, we can't help everyone. It's really, people have to choose to be helped and to change if they want. Because yeah, it's not our place to say, well, that person should change. Well, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
for in
yeah.
our own beliefs,
Mm.
maybe there's certain things that would be better, but we don't know what kind of beliefs are in that person. And in the end, there's no right or wrong. It's
Yeah,
just different points of view.
yeah, definitely agreed here. So, give us one of your best advices on how to stay productive on your entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, this is one advice that I give myself quite often, although I I tend to forget sometimes about it. But is really to, for young or more experienced entrepreneurs, is to really focus on your well-being, meaning give priority to your sleep, having fun, enjoying good foods, getting some movement in your day. Yeah, that actually, we tend to think that, no, I need to work all the time because I'm building a business here, right? But the thing is, when you don't give yourself time to just take care of yourself, you become less productive. So if you think about, okay, I'm going to give myself this time, and I will actually be more productive in less hours, then sometimes we are so caught up in that you can spend 10 hours doing the same thing that you maybe would do in 5 if you were more, if you take care a bit and don't forget to enjoy yourself. So it's a bit a counterintuitive thing because we are really focused on building something. But from my experience, every time I forget a bit of taking care of myself, of not enjoying, having a good time, relaxing time, exercising, eating good foods, I often get a bit anxious, for instance, or my focus is not good at all. So this is, yeah, this would be my advice, is to really take care of your well-being so you can really be productive and do the things that you are aligned with.
Mm, mm. Okay, so tell us for the end about your services, prices, if you have a special offer for the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see what you have.
Yeah, so I work with women only, and I really help them to get that lifestyle back of eating the foods that they like and getting that exercise in and really build habits and build a lifestyle that they can maintain, that is realistic, sustainable. So no BS, no fat diets, no detox things. It's really about building a lifestyle that is realistic and sustainable for each individual. And I offer 2 packages, and both of them are during 3 months. So we spend 12 weeks together. And one is the 12 weeks that nutrition and lifestyle, and the other one is the VIP package, which means that we have one-on-one sessions. And the other package, we have one initial one-on-one session, and then we keep in touch by check-ins online through email. And with this, by working with me, we work on to reach the ideal weight and keep it off, just keep the weight off for good, and know what to eat to feel energized and be healthy overall, have the right motivation and mindset. And this is a huge thing that I hear, is that I don't have the motivation and mindset for that. And this is a big one that we work together. This, for me, the motivation and mindset is a big, big, big piece of the puzzle. And we work on overcoming those episodes of emotional eating that we tend to have when we feel a bit more overwhelmed, especially for us ladies entrepreneurs. Is quite challenging to deal with all the emotion roller coaster. We work on feeling confident and proud about yourself, your body, and eating what you enjoy, but still losing weight. And understanding the emotions and stop that negative thinking that usually holds us back from doing what we want. And with this, to have long lasting results that really make a real change and not quick fixes that tend to damage our bodies, our mindsets. And so I really like to offer, first, I would like to offer a free intake to everyone in this group. And I also would like to share something that is pretty new, so I didn't share with anyone. And I'm working with a personal trainer. So I will be offering to the elements of this group the personal trainer exercises plus the packages for free. So there is no plus more investment in having the exercises. And that's because it's something new that I'm implementing on my packages, and I think it's super beneficial because working with this personal trainer, she really focusing on developing the fitness routine that is right for the person and right for the goals. So paired with the good nutrition and good mindset work, the good exercise, it's the perfect combo, and I'm really excited to have this join in my program. So I would like to give the packages as it is, so the investment as it is, plus this new exercise by a personal trainer, and just make things happen and make change happen in a simple way.
Thank you, Mariana. That's very kind of you. So we will put the link below if you want to get in touch with Mariana. And if you have any questions regarding this subject, you just put it into comments and we will come back to you and we will answer your questions. So thank you, Mariana, for today's conversation. That was super interesting, and it's I hopefully it was also helpful for others to be more aware about limiting beliefs and what this new society has to offer for us and how to behave and think in an entrepreneurial way. And we will see each other next time and stay productive. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.